Hey, it's Cliff, and the Coreum Airdrop numbers are now officially in. So I'm going to break those down for you with how much Coreum you actually should have got from your airdrop, as well as the USD price that you should have received just from having the airdrop with Sologenic. I'm also going to talk about the XLS-20 delay and give you my opinion on it. So let's go ahead and get into that. There is one thing I do want to talk about before I get into the airdrop news, and that has to do with these super things. I'm getting a lot of these like tips on YouTube, which I am super grateful that you guys would want to actually send me a super thanks and help me out a little bit. One thing I do want to bring up though, as I'm still new to YouTube, so I'm learning like what even super thanks are and how they actually pay you. So now that I have information on this, I did a little research. So basically, how this works is YouTube takes a 30% cut of all those super things, which is pretty crazy. But I understand they're a business, they have to make money. But not only that, if you're paying for those through Apple, Apple also takes an additional 30%. So they're taking a 60% cut of these super things before I'm even seeing any of it. So I just want to bring that up to my audience because I don't think a lot of people are aware of it. I know I definitely wasn't. And it kind of surprised me because usually when I think YouTube, they're usually like a progressive company, they'd be on that side of the spectrum. But I guess no one's really been outraged by this yet, so it hasn't really been brought up. But I know in the past there's been companies like DoorDash. There was a whole big fiasco where these people were working at DoorDash and the company DoorDash was actually taking their tips. So there was like a huge like movement to pay in cash in 2019 with that, and they were actually losing so much business that they had to restructure how they were paying their employees because of this. And even companies like Amazon now, they no longer include tips into their pay with their drivers' base salary. So I don't know. It kind of just took me by surprise. Again, any money that you guys donate, I'm grateful to have. I just want to throw out there that if you're donating $5, I'm only actually receiving like $2 of that. So one thing I did to kind of combat this a little bit is I made a Patreon, which I'm still trying to figure out the tiers. Like, if there's anything that you want included in these tiers, please let me know. One thing I did add is you could get your name in the description of all my videos. And then also for a different tier, I could give you like a shout out at the end of the video, mention your name in the video. If there's anything else that you'd like to see in those, please comment down below. And if this isn't your thing, that's cool. My videos are always free, and I'm just appreciative that you're willing to watch my videos. So let's go ahead and get into the news. So here we are, ninth airdrop. It's getting real on this. So scroll down a little bit, you can see that the ninth snapshot took place around the 73 millionth block, and the snapshot took place on August 3rd. Scroll down here. So as far as people who actually have trust lines set up and how much core is actually within those trust lines, there is 208 million. So if I compare that to last month, it's about the same. This is the page from last month. So if we go back here to this month, so for each solo that you had, you were getting 0.0369, which is pretty close. If I flip back to last month, we go here, that's pretty much the same. So we're pretty consistent now. I think obviously we're pretty late in the game of the solo trust lines being set up. I think pretty much everybody that has their trust line set up is gonna stick it out through the entire thing right now. So it shouldn't be moving too much. So we can pretty much always expect this 0.036 number. Before I get into how much you would have earned in USD, I want to mention, as I scroll down here, I saw this from last month as well. It says, what if you hold solo on a centralized exchange? It says, we strongly encourage all community members to contact these exchanges and request them to support the core airdrop to ensure all the Sologenic community members will receive the core airdrop. So If you are one of those people who are keeping your solo on an exchange and you have not received your airdrop yet, they are stealing from you. It's my opinion, of course, but the way I look at it, they were given this airdrop, and if they haven't given it to you for what you rightfully own, that's kind of like theft to me. And especially if they had said that they are supporting the airdrop and they still haven't given you this money, that's theft. I mean, there's really no other way of thinking about it. So really all you can do is try and create a big outrage, like I said with the DoorDash stuff. It's not until people actually complain and there's enough bad press going on that some of these companies actually want to do something. So get on Twitter, any YouTube, whatever you have, and let them know that this is wrong, you are stealing from us, and make their customers aware that they're being stolen from. So anyway, getting into the numbers. So as you can see, I really nerded out on this one because I was kind of interested to see how much we were actually gaining now that the price had kind of gone down quite a bit. So I got official numbers here. I got a key here just to kind of explain the chart to you. So this is the core per SOLA that we were getting. That's what I just mentioned, the 0.036. And the current price of core is around 30 cents. I rounded it up a little bit. So just to give off the numbers, if you had 100 solo, you'd get about 3 core. If you had 1,000, you're getting 36, 10,000, 369, 100K, you're getting 3,696. And if you are a whale and you got 1,000,000 solo, you are getting almost 37,000. Now that translates over here in USD, as you can see from this column on the far right. So if you had 100 solo, they're giving you about $1. If you got 1,000, they're giving you almost $11. If you had 10,000, they're giving you almost 110. And if you had 100K, they are giving you almost 1,100. And if you're that well with 1,000,000, you are getting almost 11K, which that would certainly be nice. Moving on from there. So if you guys haven't seen this yet, the XLS-20 unfortunately was postponed. We won't say that it was officially denied or rejected or anything. The amendment was vetoed, but it was vetoed because there was a known exploit. So I know there's a lot of people that were looking forward to this XLS-20 amendment being added to the XRPL, but the fact that they discovered this and was able to stop it before it was actually implemented into the blockchain is a very good thing, because these exploits circulate, and they circulate pretty quickly. If you guys don't know, most exploits are published by companies. So let's say Microsoft. Say there's an exploit. You can actually go to the CVE website for Microsoft and they will tell you hey, we just did a patch. Then they tell you the reason why they had the patch, right? So if you didn't patch your computer, you are vulnerable to letting people know that, hey, there's this exploit on my computer. I think a lot of times when people think of hackers, they're in a dark room and they're hacking away at stuff with power prompt or whatever open. No, Microsoft tells you directly hey, there's something wrong with this. And then you can literally Google and be here's the exploit. So I don't know if there's something available like that for blockchain, but with a tight-knit community like this, things go around really quick. So just to kind of show you here is Microsoft's CVE website. They'll tell you the 12th here. This was 2 days ago. There was a remote execution within Windows 10. And you can actually click into this. You can see what was going on with it. And then what most hackers do is they just say, okay, well, they pretty much told me everything I need to know. I know a lot of people aren't patching their computers within 2 days. Let's be honest. How many of you are sitting right now on a computer and you're looking down on the right-hand corner of the screen? You can see that there's an update available. You don't want to restart your computer, right? So, okay. A lot of systems will be vulnerable. So all that to say is I am glad they didn't roll out this amendment and have this on the XRPL, because we don't know what could have happened. I didn't see specifically what was going on with this exploit, but I'm going to assume doom and gloom that all of the NFTs would just get completely jacked, right? I'm always going to think of worst case scenario. So all all for it. Yes, it sucks because people were looking forward to it, but this is a good thing, right? We don't want catastrophic news on XRP. That's the last thing we need. I don't want us being like the other blockchains that are having all of these issues. I want to present that professional image so these high level companies will want to be on board with a professional blockchain. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this video. I just wanted to break down the numbers for you, and I think it's really helpful to see in US dollars like how much people are getting from these airdrops to put it in perspective. If there's anything else you guys want to see, any video topics, please let me know. And as always, thank you for watching.